For years, millions of viewers welcomed Norah O'Donnell into their homes each evening, trusting her calm voice to guide them through the day's biggest headlines. She built her reputation on composure, clarity, and a steady presence during moments of national uncertainty. On screen, she seemed unshakable. But behind that confidence was a moment that would quietly redefine her life in ways no breaking news story ever could. It didn't happen in a newsroom or during a high-pressure interview. It came in the form of a message unexpected, clinical, and deeply personal. A doctor's request to follow up on test results. At first, it didn't seem alarming. Like many people, she assumed it would be something minor, manageable, routine. But what followed forced her to confront a reality she had spent her career reporting on, yet never truly internalized for herself: vulnerability. Long before this turning point, her life had been shaped by discipline and exposure to the world beyond borders. Born in Washington, D.C., into a family rooted in public service, she grew up understanding responsibility at an early age. Her father balanced two demanding roles as a physician and a military officer, while her mother carried a strong cultural heritage tied to Irish immigrant history. That background instilled both resilience and perspective. Her childhood was not confined to one place. When she was still young, her family moved to South Korea due to her father's military assignment. Living in Seoul exposed her to a completely different environment, one that broadened her worldview early on. It was also there that she had her first, almost accidental, connection to broadcasting, participating in educational video recordings. It seemed insignificant at the time, but it quietly hinted at what lay ahead. Returning to the United States, she pursued her education with focus and determination. At Georgetown University, she studied philosophy, diving into questions about truth, ethics, and society, concepts that would later define her journalistic voice. Her career didn't begin in front of the camera, but behind the scenes, writing and analyzing political developments. That foundation gave her something many on-air personalities lack: depth. As her career progressed, she moved into television, working across major networks and steadily building credibility. She wasn't just delivering news, she understood it. That distinction earned her trust from both colleagues and viewers. Over time, she became one of the most recognizable figures in American journalism. But success, no matter how strong, doesn't shield anyone from life's unexpected turns. The turning point came quietly. After receiving that message from her doctor, what followed was a conversation that changed everything. The diagnosis was melanoma, a serious and potentially life-threatening form of skin cancer. In that moment, the roles reversed. She was no longer the one asking questions, she was the one searching for answers. She later described the experience as deeply frightening. For the first time, the idea of mortality wasn't abstract. It was immediate, personal, real, and it wasn't just about her. As a mother of 3 young children, the fear extended beyond her own health. It became about time, presence, and the possibility of absence. Doctors acted quickly. The cancer was caught early, which made a critical difference. Surgery was performed to remove the affected area, leaving behind a scar that would serve as a permanent reminder of that chapter. Physically, she recovered, but emotionally, the experience stayed with her. Rather than keeping it private, she chose to speak about it, not as a headline but as a message. She emphasized the importance of early detection, encouraging people to pay attention to their health and not dismiss warning signs. It was a shift from reporting stories to becoming one. But life didn't slow down after that. In fact, the demands of her career only intensified. Leading a major news broadcast meant constant pressure, long hours, and the responsibility of staying ahead in an unpredictable world. And just as she had recovered from one health scare, another one arrived without warning. This time, it wasn't gradual, it was sudden and urgent. What started as discomfort turned into something far more serious: appendicitis. Even then, she initially pushed through, continuing her routine, unaware of how severe the situation had become. It wasn't until the pain became unavoidable that she sought medical attention. Emergency surgery followed. It was successful, but it forced her to pause, something her career rarely allowed. That pause became another moment of reflection, a reminder that even the strongest routines can't override the body's limits. During her recovery, something else surfaced: speculation. In the world of media, absence often invites questions. Rumors began circulating, suggesting reasons beyond health for her time away. It was a reminder of the scrutiny that comes with visibility. Despite that, those close to her dismissed the speculation. The reality was simple: it was a medical emergency. But the situation highlighted a larger issue: how quickly narratives can form, especially around public figures. At the same time, the pressure of her role continued to build. Being the face of a national broadcast meant more than just reading news. It required emotional control, constant preparation, and the ability to process difficult events without showing their weight. Over time, that pressure began to take a toll. She later acknowledged experiencing anxiety, something rarely discussed openly in high-profile careers, but instead of hiding it, she addressed it. She sought help, including therapy, recognizing that mental health is just as important as physical health. That decision reflected a broader shift. Strength wasn't about silence anymore. It was about awareness, about balance, about knowing when to step back. Behind the scenes, her personal life also required attention. Balancing a demanding career with family responsibilities wasn't always easy, but support from her husband played a crucial role in maintaining stability during chaotic periods. Even small decisions like taking a break from work emails became significant. For someone constantly connected to global events, disconnecting felt unfamiliar, but it also revealed how necessary it was. As her career continued, so did the scrutiny. High-profile interviews brought both praise and criticism. Every question, every tone, every pause was analyzed. It came with the territory. One particular interview sparked widespread debate, with critics questioning her approach. Some argued she was too measured, while others defended her professionalism. It became less about the interview itself and more about expectations placed on journalists. Through it all, she remained consistent. She didn't engage heavily with criticism. Instead, she continued her work, focusing on reporting rather than responding. Eventually, a major decision came. After years of anchoring, she chose to step away from the role, not as an ending but as a transition. Moving into a different position allowed her to focus on deeper storytelling and regain some control over her time. It was a shift shaped not just by career goals but by experience. Health scares, pressure, and reflection had all played a role in redefining what mattered.